So as we seek to ensure cargo comes into the water, we need to have Ministry of Power Works and Housing ensuring that the roads connecting the ports to the hinterland are also rehabilitated and properly done. Like with Calabar, it's the closest to the northeast, closest to the north central. So it's a gateway for importation and exportation from northeast Nigeria, which is like the food basket of the country.
Can we deepen those ports, for example, and make them more useful?
Yeah, this is what we, as I say, what we're seeking to do to ensure that all the depths are adequate to accommodate vessels coming in and out. And then walks, you do the other bit on linking to the hinterland.
Okay, I mean, darlings, they've been flashing this question at me. What would you honestly, how would you honestly rate the Buhari administration?
Good, yeah.
Okay, not excellent.
Not excellent, we've done very good. You should look at what we inherited.
Yeah, even beyond good?
Yeah, we're very good. What we inherited is a huge challenge. It takes a lot when you have a X number of years of functioning in a particular way. So you don't expect a miracle. We can't turn around the psyche of people in 1 year. Just to say, for example, in NPA, I've been here for 1 year. I come to work at 8 for 1 year. But the staff has still been unable to get themselves to be at work for 9 a.m. So you can see, even as that's an example, it takes a lot. I turn around all my mail on my desk in 24 hours. But still, you have people that have things on their desk for 2 weeks because they've been functioning in that manner. For you to move people out of that position where they have domiciled for the past 16 years, it takes more than a year to get them to perform optimally. And these are all the drivers of the economy.
Okay, so, I mean, but you know, the social media is very active.
Yeah.
There's talk about a cabal that wouldn't let the president do his work.
Yeah.
How would you respond to that?
Well, I'm not sure about an existence of any cabal. You know, I don't look to consider anything like cabal. I just think it's a tough job that we all have. We inherited this governance structure that has been, I would say, not performing optimally for years.
But is it possible for a cabal to be able to affect the president in a way that he can function properly?
Well, first of all, I don't recognize a cabal, but to the extent that there are people that would influence the president, I do not think so. I think we should be mindful of the fact that this is, we inherited this complete mess. So it takes a lot of effort, commitment, and driving the process. And indeed, when you look at the totality of governance, what percentage of those people are new? When you look at the whole chain of civil servants, the whole chain of civil servants are civil servants that have been progressing by virtue of a political party that is not ours, by virtue of a particular type of thinking. So these people were nurtured on inefficiency. So how many of us are in governance? One, like, for example, myself and my 3 executive directors, compared to 3,900 staff of the NPA. So 4 of us are going to drive a change around 3,900 people that have been performing at below optimal for the past 16 years.
Well, there's still some perception issues. Take, for example, the fact that people believe our president has been very soft on the cattle errors, the issue of, you know, as against the boys who are agitating for IPOB. The fact that our president is still seen as a bigot because his appointees are more from the northeast or northwest.
Well, I think we need to look at the numbers clearly to know if there are any sort of skewed perception of appointment. Let's not speak randomly. Let's be very specific, because you see people from the southeast, people from the south occupying very crucial positions in government. And as I also say, we should, you know, this divisive narrative that has been built in our psyche. You know, people spent money to make us divisive in our perspective. And I think as Nigerians, we need to move away from that and realize it's not about where you come from, but it's about the value you're going to add to in any circumstance you find ourselves. When you look at the cattle rearing issue, the cattle rearing has been so much addressed that they are now moving to kidnapping people. So a lot of the people that are kidnapped around the Kaduna axis and all of that, the Fulani herdsmen are saying, you have stopped us from cattle. So now we're kidnapping you people because we used to be stealing all the cattle and selling them in the south. So there has been tremendous effort in that. So we cannot say the president is soft peddling on any sort of position vis-a-vis. So when you have a platform that is challenging the sovereignty of the country, that is something that I think is non-negotiable. Nobody should question or challenge our sovereignty. So for any action that is taken is to preserve the unity of Nigeria, and our unity is core to who we are.
Okay, well, I can't stop without talking about the Bring Back Our Girls. You're very active with it. Now you're in this government that people feel is not doing enough. In fact, people say that the whole idea of Bring Back Our Girls was to kick out the past government, you know, and now this one is there. Suddenly all the girls are coming out one by one. So it was all
Well, you know, that narrative is such a laughable narrative because the last government, you know, when you have any form of kidnap, the first few days are critical to rescuing anyone, and the government did nothing. The government itself confirmed that it did not do any rescue effort within the first 14 days of the rescue of the girls.
So it's taking this government just as long to find them?
No, but you see, with rescue, with an abduction, kidnap, those first few days are critical. So when you have someone inheriting a kidnap that has been, what, a year from when they took office. So whatever they do is sort of a catch-up. And to the extent that you have caught up so much that you've had 100 X number of girls that have been rescued and released under. So you have to acknowledge that. Never mind the fact that there's still girls that remain in captivity. And you know, the Chibok
so those girls are actually in captivity?
Yes. Chibok girls are a symbol of everyone that has been held captive by Boko Haram. They're not the only people that were kidnapped, but they're symbolic because they're in a school. They're young girls. So they represent a light. They represent this beacon that draws people attention to the whole challenge, the whole insurgency, the fact that people have been held captive. So for me, every person that has been rescued, we celebrate every person outside of the Chibok girls, and we retain our advocacy. I'm now in Lagos. I'm not in Abuja to go to Unity.
You still wear your badge?
I still wear my badge everywhere I go. I also go to Falomo on weekends to sustain the advocacy. But
will they ever be found? Will they ever be found?
Well, you know, even naturally, it would be difficult to have 200 people that are all alive over a period of 3 years. Some would have died of natural causes, and some would not be found. But indeed, staying the course on the Chibok girls is to remind the world that people are still held captive, to remind the world that there is insurgency in the Northeast, to remain focused in that.
I would like you to end by what's the narrative that you think we should be given now as Nigerians?
I think we should focus on instituting our reforms, understand that the journey is a long journey. We've started, we're going ahead. Whatever it is that we are seen not to have done within the shortest period, appreciate what was inherited, appreciate that they're just, when you look at the percentage, as I say, what percentage of people are new in governance? The whole civil service structure is not new.
So let's change the narrative and be hopeful.
Hopeful, yeah.
Thank you for being on the show.
Yes.
I must go now, but I would like to go with the quote I gave me that's getting the job is one thing and doing the job is another.
Yeah.
So you're doing the job.
Yes.
You keep on doing the job.
I'm doing my very best.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I thank you for watching. I'll see you again on Seriously Speaking.